Hey, take that out.
Hold up.
All right, guys, welcome back to Living Life Podcast. This is Jason. We got Ron on the other side, and our guests today are Tyler, Clayton, and Fat McCade.
What's up, dudes?
What's up?
What's going on?
Are you guys in the same room together? Are y'all holding hands and singing Kumbaya and wearing Birkenstocks, or what are y'all doing?
We're in an
Basically.
office, man.
Okay, where things happen, right?
That's where the computers are.
Oh, okay. Oh, that was cool. We wanted to talk to you guys. Guys, y'all got an upcoming trip coming up to the big country of Africa. So
As a continent, but
it's also a country.
in South Africa.
There's other countries in Africa.
That's why it's a continent. Yeah.
Okay. I want you guys to walk us through kind of like how you come to this point, what's brought you to this point, what you guys are prepared for, what you guys are looking forward to, what you aren't looking forward to. This is going to be like a little pre-post production and a little post production. I want to have you guys back on when you guys get back, and I want to learn about expectations versus realities.
It's a big. You're saying when they make it back. I think there's a high probability one of them doesn't make it back.
It's a big if at this point.
Yeah. So who wants to lead this off? How you guys want to run this show? There's too many people on here. Y'all figure it out.
Well, let's start this with y'all won this at an auction, right? So whoever bid on it at that auction, why don't you take it and go with how this whole we'll call it a shit show because that's what it's going to be. How it started.
No,
Tyler?
it actually, yeah. Let's go ahead. So that's my favorite part, really. So we're doing Ducks Unlimited auctions, right? I go to the first one, Tomball. Awesome event. I mean, big shout out to Ducks Unlimited. It's fantastic. We get in there. I bring a buddy of mine. He cleans up. He gets the full liquor bucket. He gets a shotgun. I win nothing, but we go home winners that night. A week later, they host the Ducks Unlimited in the Woodlands. And I was like, man, you want to go? He was like, yeah, he dropped like $100 and just took away about $1,000 worth of gear. Let's send it. So we go out to the Ducks Unlimited in the Woodlands, and they host this one a little bit different. They have some silent auction events and gifts and whatnot, but then they have live auction stuff. So prior to going to this, me and all the boys were all turning 30 the year that we bought this. And I had originally planned to do a nilgai hunt. And so we get there and we're looking at the table, and I see this trip to Africa, Argentina, a couple other just really awesome hunts. And so I'm talking to Austin, and I was like, dude, let's go to Africa. And he was like, what? And I was like, dude, let's put in on it. Let's just see where it works out to, right? Let's just see what it runs up to. He was like, all right. I was like, let me call the boys. So I called McCade, I called Clayton. Neither one of these guys are answering. We're down to the wire now because I didn't know we were going to do this. There's like 15 minutes till kickoff on the live auction stuff. So I'm calling, I'm texting, no response. And then finally I FaceTime them both. I think they both answer, sitting at the bar or something. And I'm like, dude, go outside. I got to talk to y'all really quick. So they go outside, and I'm like, hey, instead of me doing the hunting trip I was going to do this year, what if we all go to Africa? So the guys come back and they're like, yeah. And I'm like, all right, well, next question is how much do we want to spend? Right. So I'm like, okay, let's get a number here. Y'all want to do $500 a pop, 1,000, 2,000, whatever. We all agree. Let's do $2,000 because we're still gonna have to pay for flights, pay for mounts, and all this other stuff and shipping. And so I was like, all right, that gives us $8,000 to play with here. So immediately we're down to about 5 minutes left before we're at the point of the Africa auction. And me and Austin are flying through websites, like trying to figure out like how much shipping is, how much taxidermy is, what flights are going to be. And we're like, man, if we get this for 2,000 a pop, we can probably go over here, with limited mounts and stuff. We could still do it for about $6,000 each. Right. And so finally the Africa thing comes up. Right. So the bidder starts off immediately $2,500, 2,500, 2,500, 2,500. Nobody says anything. Goes to $2,000. Nobody says anything. 1,750, 1,500, 1,250, and the guys next to us finally say, yep. All right, 1,250, we're here. So then I was like, dude, we might get this trip dirt cheap, right?
Right.
So like, let's do it. So 1,500. Yep. 1,750 on the next guy. He actually hits again. So then 2,000 comes our way. Yep. 2,500, 2,500, 2,500, nothing. 2,250. Can I get 2,250? Nothing. Sold to the two guys back there. I mean, we're jumping up, we're cheering, we're shouting. We're going to fucking Africa. You know, we're sitting in the middle of a Twin Peaks. We grab our phone and throw on Toto Africa and walk out the door so we could listen to the song real quick. And then Austin's like, I'm sure we got to pay. And I'm like, you're right. So we circle back, get inside there and start closing out on the deal, you know, and sign the paperwork, handle the cash, and now we're heading to Africa. So
Okay.
it
So
was
how
awesome. It still gives me chills talking about it. Did I lose you guys?
how
No.
long ago was this?
So this was I think it was October.
Okay.
So 2 years
Yeah, it
ago,
was,
October. So
no,
we
it
were
was,
29, about to turn 30.
It was November because it was during duck season. It was during
Okay.
big duck season.
Okay.
Because I had just pulled up the duck camp when he gave me the call, and I was like, "What?"
Yeah. So it'd be 2022 that November then. Yeah.
So this has
we've
been
on for a couple of years now.
2 years in the making.
Yeah.
What's
So
been
where?
the delay
go
on
ahead.
on going? Just trying to logistics or what?
Say again.
What's been the delay on like pulling the trip off? Logistics or like flights or McKay dragging ass or what?
So realistically, I would say the big
finances
delay
was a
for.
big
Yeah. Go
one.
ahead.
I mean, it's a lot to spend to save. I mean, you weren't planning on spending 8-10 grand right away. So I think the big part was money. And then once we did get all the money together finally and go to get our flights booked, Coochie was booked out for an entire year. So we had to get
Shit.
right at a year in advance. And at that point, the flights aren't even coming out yet. So then you kind of got to try to find like historical data on what you could expect the plane flights to be there and back. That was the biggest thing, was getting those two things coordinated.
So you can't just go to the airport and fly to South Africa?
Yeah, no.
No, seriously?
Yeah,
No.
I think we booked our flights back in January or February.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I mean, you could probably book it and fly out in a couple days, but it's not one of those ones where you can just like walk in there and be like, yo, send me to Africa, first flight you got.
Okay.
So have y'all talked to the actual outfitter y'all are going with, like, or is it through kind of like a booking agent?
No, it was all through Tyler. Tyler
Yeah.
was the,
So,
Tyler's the
there.
booking agent.
yeah.
Tyler, did you
So-
receive
so-
some sort of
So it's
itinerary?
Tyler's
or-
fault.
Tyler's got an itinerary, right, from the from the hunting guide.
Yeah, so it's not that simple, really. So that was part of the issue as well when we first bought the flight. So, or not the flight, when we bought the trip, right? So I'm just kind of waiting it out, and I don't hear anything for like a month or two after we left the benefited ducks, right? And so I was like, man, I think we got scammed, dude. Like, I'm not getting emails. I'm getting anything. So I called the Ducks Unlimited, the host of that party for the Woodlands chapter. And he was like, oh, no, here's the email. My bad. You should have already received something. Check your junk mail to see. Let us know so we know our systems aren't, out of whack and whatever. So I get the email, and the guy's name over in South Africa is Koos. And he gives me a WhatsApp phone number, right? So
Yep.
I don't even really know what that is, but it's basically a texting and calling agent. And so I get on there and I'm texting back and forth with him a little bit. Just let him know we bought the trip. We're going to try to book it out within the next year. What do we need to do? Right. So on their website, they actually have a ton of information. If you want to use a travel agent, I mean, they've got the websites for it. If you're wanting to bring your own rifles, they've got the websites for that. Everything is actually pretty good. And I called the travel agent too, because it was a bit overwhelming. I mean, I have to travel for work in the States a lot, but I don't do much international travel. So I did call the agent and I talked with them a little bit. I talked with the boys, hey, what are we going to do? Are we going to bring on rifles and stuff? Because if not, that takes a huge headache out of it right there, And then, but the agent fees weren't bad in my opinion either. I think it was $250 a person, and they take you through the whole thing. Like, she would have done your flights, your forms for rifles, just about everything. Got at least your travel lined out.
Okay.
And so beyond that, we decided I didn't personally want to bring my rifles. The guys didn't really either. I don't really trust flying with stuff like that, and it gets lost. There goes my rifle. So we decided to just do the rentals. And so talking with Coos and them and looking at their website, you can do their gun rentals there. I think it's $70 a day, and then you can buy a round of a 20 round clip or whatever. I think it's another $30. So $70 a day rifle rental, and then if you only shoot, less than 20 rounds, and there you go. You buy one case of rounds, and you're good to go.
Are you guys using Grandpa's 30-30, or what are you getting for rifles out of there?
That I haven't discussed. The only specifics they have on there is if you're shooting like buffalo or higher, it's going to be higher than a 357. So
Okay.
I'm assuming everything's going to be 300 caliber.
Okay.
It's what I'm assuming right now.
Yeah.
But then outside of that, yeah, we started picking a date, and we somehow settled on, we were actually going to do September. We talked to Coos and them again, and oh, hey, we're sold out. And then we're actually sold out for the remainder of the year. So we almost didn't go this year as well. I was like, man, I told you a year ago at least, like, hey, what's going on? Kind of work with me here. And they had a new, I guess it's an area that they hunt. It's the town names. They're pretty far apart. It's like 1 million acres or something like that. And so he was like, man, we can put you in the Fremont or Freemason, whatever that city's called. He's like, we can put you here. We have a house available. You guys are good to go. We have an opening there for the first week in October. And so I was like, perfect, put us down. And then, like the guy said, we waited till January. I started looking at flights. We definitely wanted to take a direct. So you start in Houston, fly up to Newark, and then you go straight from Newark to Johannesburg, and they pick you up from there. So once you have all the little details in, it really doesn't sound like it's going to be that bad travel wise and logistics at all. I mean, I think it's going to be pretty smooth.
Are you guys worried right now with the Israel and Iran stuff going on as far as traveling overseas at this point?
No, not really. I mean, that's
No.
just been going on. It's just
Yeah.
kind of got slightly escalated in the
Right.
past week or so, but it's just been going on for like what, a year now at least.
I think like hundreds of years, right?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
But also, it's also not that close in proximity. I mean, you got to think that's like the distance between New York to Mexico.
Sure. Okay.
yeah, I'd be somehow more worried about the whole shorelineman strike affecting air travel. than
Yeah,
that,
no
honestly.
joke.
Yeah.
No joke.
Had they mentioned anything to y'all? Because you hear people about the security, about Americans going over there and the trip from the airport to your lodge or the reserve, whatever you're hunting. Had they talked to y'all any about security? Like, I mean, I know they're going to pick y'all up at the airport, but have they mentioned anything along those lines?
No,
So
so-
the only thing they really mentioned was that if we land after 7 p.m., we have to stay in town.
Okay.
So luckily, we land like an hour and a half before 7. They should pick us up. It'll be a straight drive there. But if you're there after 7, they say it's not safe to travel. So luckily, we were able to find flights before that.
Have you looked at like sunrise and sunset times? Does that coincide with that there?
I have not.
I actually have not. I've just looked at the weather.
Okay.
And the weather there for when we're there is, I guess they're about to end winter. And so it's going to be between 50 and 70. So pretty comfortable temperatures, in my opinion.
Good break from this Texas heat.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
ain't wrong.
Yeah. So when you guys get there, what's kind of the first plan of action? You travel from the airport to the lodge or to the preserve and start hunting, or is first day like lodge check in and eat some bites and go to bed? What's it look like?
They haven't really specified too much other than the airport pickup.
Okay.
But they made it seem like we were going to be hunting first day.
Okay.
And I don't know if
Not
that's first day
like
in the morning or first
Arrival
day,
day
at night,
or
but-
arrival
No.
day or the following day?
No, the day after. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So in discussion with them, it's basically a 3-hour drive to Limpopo from Johannesburg. So they pick us up, Johannesburg Airport, drive out to Limpopo. We're not at the Limpopo base, so I don't know how much further past that we go. But then, yeah, it'll be just check in and everything like that. But I've also done a ton of research too, because like I said, the whole trip just seemed unrealistic, especially for how cheap we got it. I added their page on Facebook, and season there actually starts in April. So right when April hit, like people started flooding the timeline with getting back from hunts, Kuche Safaris is awesome, all this stuff. So as people did that, I started just messaging all these strangers like, hey,
Hey,
did
is
you
this
buy yours
legit?
from
Yeah.
Ducks? Yeah, like, did you get yours from Ducks?
Yeah.
Did you really go? Was everything that they said promised? You know, blah 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 blah. And so far, I actually just talked to one other guy today. Super nice guy, very informative. He bought the exact same package we did, which is the 4-person, 16 animal package, and they added some other stuff to that as well. But I mean, he had nothing but positive things to say. Um, he gave me a few pointers. We asked him about like shooting distances, what we're shooting off of. I didn't ask caliber, but and then like, did they do any blind hunting? Because you can pick, you can do safari style blind, or one other. I don't remember what the other one was, but yeah, he was just extremely informative. So it all looks legit, and I mean, we're heading out Saturday, so
Okay. Well, those are good, definitely good resources to tap into. The guys that have already done it, you know, hopefully they give you a unbiased opinion of what to really expect once you get there.
So
Yeah.
out of these 16, is this for a person, or y'all gonna, you know, if you took Ryan, he can't hit 4 things. So like, can shot one, can you divvy it up for like to everybody else, or is it just 4 per person? And if you're Ryan and you miss, you get your 1 and that's it.
Yeah, 4 per person. You get to pick 3 of the animals that you want, and then the last animal is a management animal. So don't really know what you're gonna get. Just whatever they want gone.
So from the three that you can pick, what are your options there? Are you shooting giraffes and buffaloes and crocodiles, or are you
No,
shooting
no,
impalas
those
and
were
warthogs and squirrels?
yeah. So it's you got the wildebeest, the blue wildebeest, the bleesbuck, the impala, the springbuck, warthog, and I think that was it.
I think that was it. There's about 6 to choose from, and so you pick your 3, and then the management, and then no, they don't divvy it up. To answer your question too, like I think Austin actually is only going to shoot 2 animals, so it's not like they'll give us his 2 from the discussion I had with them on the emails.
So
And then
Yeah,
prices to add animals weren't bad either.
really,
Yeah. So you could add animal if you wanted. You just had to pay out of pocket for it.
from that list, or if you
No.
said I wanted to
No,
cheat.
they've got a
cheat.
larger list. Yeah.
Okay, so you could come
So, like,
home with a zebra.
If you yeah. So I'm taking a zebra. But then like they offered water buffalo, but I think that was 30 grand.
Yeah.
Holy moly. Okay.
I think lion was at like 20 grand.
Yeah,
McCade's the only one that
prices
can afford
are-
the water buffalo.
Yeah.
Shit, no.
Yeah, the
hobbies
prices
are
are
too
all over the
expensive.
place. They probably start from 750 at an Impala all the way up to like the Cape Buffalo, and then you have basic Cape Buffalo, which is like 15,000. And then depending on the horn size, obviously that price goes up. But yeah, I mean, adding a couple of things here and there, though, you can get some other nice mounts though for less than $1,500.
So
Yeah,
with
I think-
the mounts that you shoot, from my understanding, the taxidermy has to be done there, correct? By their taxidermist.
No, it's cheaper that way. So you can
Okay.
have it caped out and shipped back in
Yeah.
salt. But I've read horror stories to where it gets to the customs, and if there's any meat left at all
Yeah, they
on
won't.
that hide, they'll seize it. So, like, we talked to taxidermist in Brenham, I think it's Sportsman, and he had just gotten a crate in when we were there from Africa, and he told us horror stories about how bad the taxidermy is over there,
Yeah.
and he would prefer to do it here because he spends so much time fixing the bad taxidermy. But I would hate to spend all this money, go to pick my animals up, and it's seized.
Yeah. So you're going in knowing you're going to pay money for shitty taxidermy and may have to have it repaired once you do receive it.
Possibly.
Basically.
What are they telling you all lead time? Like A year, 2 years, 3 years where you get the stuff?
Year and a half, 2 years.
Okay. The guy I use for mounts local to me takes fucking longer than that for a deer, so not bad.
The
Yeah, but
the
most of us
Texas-
are getting the Euros done as well, so it's like
Okay.
it's kind of hard to fuck that up, you know.
Yeah.
are the taxidermy prices comparable to what you see in the States, or are they inflated?
About a
Oh.
They're
third.
cheaper.
Significantly cheaper.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say a third of the price.
Okay.
And also being Ducks Unlimited members, we get discounts.
Yeah, I think it was like 20% discount on taxidermy is what we got with the package.
Nice.
So can you guys add other animals? I know we talked about the big animals, but can you what's the cat situation look like? Everybody wants to go to Africa and hunt a cat. What's that look like?
Expensive.
Yeah, I think it was 15 grand, 12 or 15 grand.
To get a
Okay.
lioness,
Yeah.
I'm hoping
No,
they
we-
let me shoot a meerkat. Get a
Yeah.
little Timon and Pumbaa action.
Yeah, that would be great for your Disney wall. What's the travel time from you guys fly from here to or go to Houston, New York, New York to South Africa? What's the travel time from New York to South Africa?
Just shy of 16 hours.
Okay, so a pretty good little clip.
Yeah. Still don't know what I'm gonna do for 16 hours, but we'll
Well,
figure it out.
Clayton may walk funny, but y'all figure it out.
I mean, Tyler's the one that got fly the pod, so
Did he?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's upgraded to first class.
baby.
So y'all two flying coach?
economy.
They got one seat. They're sharing it.
Hey, let me tell you something. From one big boy to another, that's a long fucking way in a little bitty seat.
Hey, I paid extra for leg room and the aisle seat.
Leg room helps this way, not this way.
I will say though, since we're on the topic of flights, I was actually pretty surprised with how cheap it was round trip on basic flights. What was it? What did when we went in? What was it? 1250 or something like that round trip a person.
Something like that.
Damn,
I
that's
think
not
after
bad at all.
after taxes it was around 15.
Yeah, yeah, and
But that
I
was
only
with picking, like,
upgraded.
upgraded seats.
Yeah, and I only upgraded just because when we initially bought it, I started racking up points through the United because that's the flight line we were going to use. So between my travel at work and then just using day-to-day credit card, I had racked up enough points to pay for the basic flights outright. And then we had another year still, so I continued to just rack up points to do the upgrade later down the line. So it wasn't bad at all. I mean, I think between all of us, like, I mean, they have flights. So initially I was less than $1,000 in going between flights and paying for the actual trip. And then they had their $1,500 flights plus $500 towards the auction. So we were at $2,000, total to get there, shoot 4 animals. So I was blown away.
That's pretty good.
The whole thing. Yeah, I mean, the last auction I went to, and I follow all the Ducks Unlimited online auctions because they have them monthly. I haven't seen any more go in person for cheaper than 7,500, and online sometimes those will go up to about 10 grand.
Damn.
Yeah. So I think we were just at the right place at the right time because it was just right after COVID. People didn't want to take that risk of making this trip with everything going on. And we were just like, yeah, we'll do it.
Yeah, kind of stole it, swooped in there and stole it.
Yeah. So it was awesome.
Well, once you guys get there, I know McCade was telling me it was like kind of pack light. They're going to do your laundry every day, that kind of thing. How many days are you guys actually there in Africa?
5, Monday through Friday, and then we fly out Saturday morning.
Okay. Will you have phone service there? Any idea?
I hope so. I paid for international plans, so
Okay.
Yeah. So far in discussion with people, cell phone service hasn't been an issue. You just have to buy the international.
So it really seems like Tyler's done all the legwork on this. What has McCade and Clayton contributed at this point?
Hey,
Vice presidents.
This much.
I threw in 5 hundo for the trip. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Who's so when you guys are out there, who's going to be first up on the trigger?
So they'll split us into two. I
Okay.
don't know. So we'll
Okay.
be in 2 groups of 2 because they don't
Okay.
send us all off together. But we haven't figured out whether or not the 4 of us are going to go to 2 separate locations, or if they're just going to roll with like 2 different vehicles, but we're still
When
hunting
you
the
go
same
east, when you
areas.
go west.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't really know how that's going to go down until we get there. So
So I know you said there's 3 different ways y'all can hunt. Have y'all figured out what y'all gonna do, or y'all gonna wait till y'all get there and talk to them?
we
Like,
figure all that out whenever
line.
we get there. Because we tried to
I'm
bring it
gonna
up,
try.
or Tyler tried to email him about it and talk to him, and he was like, "You'll discuss all that with your personal hunter whenever you get here."
Okay.
So
Yeah, I'm gonna try to do mine personally all safari. I mean, I sit in a deer blind all the time here.
Yeah.
So for me personally, safari. I'm not sure with the other guys. What are you guys at least wanting to do?
Safari for sure.
yeah, either safari or walk and stalk, I think was the third
Yeah,
option.
that was
You
the
could sit
third
in the
one.
blind, you could do the truck, or you can get out and walk and stalk. So I'd rather do the latter. I don't want to sit in the blind. I don't even like sitting in a deer blind in Texas.
Yep.
So anybody taking a GoPro or a good camera? Because I mean, I don't know. I just kind of fathom some people on a safari stand up, fall out of the back of the Jeep type shit. I really need some video of some of that shit.
Yeah. So Austin, our fourth guy, he's gonna be bringing his GoPro.
McCade's also got his iPhone 16.
Yeah, that camera's great.
Yeah.
Got it
Can't
on.
figure anything else on it, but the camera's great.
Yeah, we'll try to set up something to at least record both. I sent McCade this awesome cell phone holder. It just sits right on your head and it's right there. $19, dude. And I was like, McCade, get this. It's phenomenal. And I don't think he's gonna go for it. But Austin's got the GoPro, and I'm bringing my Bino harness. So I'm gonna try to at least set my phone up if we are broken into the groups of 2, like send Austin with one so he can record. I'd like to record the whole week, really.
Yeah.
So
I'm more worried about the alcohol situation.
Yeah.
It says drinks included, but within moderation. And I don't know if that's their moderation or my moderation.
Yeah. Do they know you go to the bar every day at 1 o'clock?
They're gonna learn real quick.
I did see though on when I was looking at the Facebook page, one of the guys posted a video in their Safari Jeep. I guess they have stereo systems, and they did have Luke Combs playing. So I thought that was awesome. And each guy had a beer in their hand while riding in the Jeep. So it looks like it's gonna feel like home when we get
So you
there.
guys will have cold beers and Miss Me jeans running around Africa. That's awesome. What's kind of the next step as you guys progress into this trip? What are you guys really looking forward to?
2 days. What do you mean?
No,
Into the
no.
trip?
What are you guys looking forward to the most about this trip? Did y'all hear that?
I mean,
Yeah, just
so
It's just, it's a loaded question, I guess.
No, I've been talking
Yeah,
a lot.
man.
I was gonna let them
All
run.
All
with
right,
it quick.
Clayton, what's your favorite part of this trip? What are you really looking forward to?
honestly, for me, it's touching foot on the African continent in general. It's one of the few continents that I haven't been to yet.
Just the travel in general?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I mean, obviously, I enjoy hunting, and you're getting to hunt stuff out there that you could hunt in the States, but you'd pay 2-3 times what it costs to just
Sure.
go to Africa and hunt it. So like that's going to be a great time. Hanging out with the guys is going to be a great time. But I get to check another continent off the list. That's
What's
yeah,
a
this
big
the,
dumbass wanted to hang out with the locals.
one. Yeah, I wanted to go into town one day.
Yeah.
You know,
Find
see
my-
how the
find-
other half lives.
Find McCade a wife?
Absolutely
Yeah,
not.
something like that.
Jason, what's the going joke? McCade's going to come back with a young gal that can take his laundry to the laundry room on a basket on her head.
Yeah. No, she knows the laundromat. She carried it on her head.
Yeah.
All right, McCade, what are you looking forward to other than finding you a wife?
So we looked for a wife, but just this is a once in a lifetime trip that I've thought about literally my entire life. I didn't think it would actually come true. So just being able to hunt big game and borderline stock and just kill something other than a whitetail and ducks.
What are you
Tyler?
looking? What are you look, Tyler? Yeah, go ahead. Let's flip the script after this.
Yeah, no, I'm on the same page as these guys. I mean, it's once in a lifetime trip, something I definitely never expected to do. And really, it wasn't even on my radar until we went to the Ducks Unlimited banquet. So it just kind of fell into place. And I mean, just being a hunter, I'm stoked, ready to go. I've been ready to go all week. I was sitting there watching TV earlier and I was like, God dang, it's Wednesday still. So just looking forward to it.
Amongst the four of y'all have decent resources between the four of y'all, but what's scary going into this? I mean, there's obviously some fear and some oh shit factor. You're going to Africa for a week. What are you guys worried about in the field or through the trip throughout?
That they don't sell bug spray.
Yeah,
I mean, mosquitoes are real.
you gonna come home with West Nile and an STD or what?
STD, no, what's not
Yeah.
highly possible.
He's not going to get the STD from a mosquito, though. Ew.
Clayton,
Yeah.
can you fill in on that?
Man, honestly, I'm pretty worried about the night hunt. So one of the hunts that we do on the safari is an overnight hunt.
Oh, nice.
And dude, there's shit out there that is I mean, you're not the top of the food chain out there, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like that night hunt, you know, you're gonna have the pucker factor pretty much all night long.
Tyler?
The night hunter, y'all using night vision or infrared? Or is
It
it
says that's what they've got online.
Information. Yeah, it doesn't say anything.
Yeah, they get a candle.
they get a fucking
Yeah.
candle and a fucking
Oh, they actually on the list was to bring a torch. So that's probably what we need the torch for is that night hunt. Yeah.
Okay.
okay.
Tyler, what do you think about the least favorable experience you're anticipating?
Just being, I guess, messed with, being Americans, showing up, four dudes rolling up for a hunting trip. It's kind of like, I don't know. I have this assumption in my mind that, you know, you got like spotters or something like, hey, we've got these four guys walking in, you know. So for me, I mean, I'm going into it just in my normal paranoid state. I'm wearing my freaking boots laced up. So when we hit the ground, like if stuff does pop off, I mean, I'm ready to move. I'm not showing up in shorts and flip flops, but
Okay.
outside of that, I think once we get in the truck and get there, dude, it's
game on from there.
you know? Yeah.
Yeah. Makes sense.
McCade, what are you scared of? No McDonald's?
Outside of mosquitoes, snakes. I mean, black mambas, cobras, I'm sure. But also, like with the way of tipping the guys, they say cash only.
Yeah.
So we're bringing a good portion of cash with us, getting out of the airport, and
yeah, everybody knows your four gringos rolling in with a wad of cash in your pocket.
yeah.
Yep. Boots laced up, baby.
Tyler will take care of y'all.
Is Venmo a thing in South Africa?
I don't think so. It wasn't an option
Yeah.
on their website.
Every time I
think-
try to buy something on Facebook, they always offer me to pay Venmo. And I
Huh.
think they're in South Africa.
Probably getting scammed.
Right, you're getting scammed, yeah.
You think?
Is it a Nigerian prince?
I mean, I don't know.
Hey, I have to know if Venmo's a thing because Venmo's not a thing on Caddo Lake. So I need
No.
to know if it's a thing in Africa.
Yeah, I mean,
I have
you
Can't buy a prop.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
so-
far I'd only seen
$180 in a 12-pack of Twisted Teas.
I had only seen the two forms of payment was cash and Visa credit is what they accept.
yeah, Cash App and Zelle is used internationally. So just in case you need that. That's what the scammers tell me on Facebook. Yeah.
Why Stacey Waters is money spinning now.
What's the water
Yep.
situation over there? Is it can you drink the running water or is it bottled water or are they going to provide you bottled water or you just go into it blind and have no idea?
I'm gonna drink much water.
Yeah, and to be
This
honest,
whole
I
beer
mean,
is cheap.
we've talked about it a little bit. But we're kind of winging the majority of this trip, to be honest. Like if we successfully do this, get there and go back, because like they've said, they left it on me. And I'm like, well, I'm only going to do so much here, right? Like I'm trying to figure out the basics, but I don't know all the questions. It just doesn't pop in. So this is a successful trip to get there, get back, and we're good, then I'm gonna say it's actually very easy to make this trip for anybody that does listen to this.
I mean, it's 5 days, right? You can survive just about on anything for 5 days.
Yeah. Now on the
Ryan and I
line,
were
it
talking
says
about-
that the water is good there, but it's still a third world country, so I'll be going for the bottled water if we pass any.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's what Ron and I, we were talking about this, and it's like we need to get them on. I was like, we've done a couple of conservation goose hunts, and y'all are always a little bit of a shit show with not being prepared. And I was like, planes and flying halfway around the world, we really need to document the before and after on this, because I've seen just a couple days in Arkansas and what it can turn into. So I was like, this could be some good entertainment.
Yeah, I hope you guys are open to us. I don't know what, busting on you for our entertainment purposes. I'm really looking forward to expectations versus reality recap and see how that plays out. Now, you guys may go on a great trip and it may be the greatest trip ever, and you may tell 10 friends, hey, this is what to do, this is how to do it, blah, blah, blah. Great. More people need to know that kind of stuff going into buying a $2,000 trip.
Yeah, I mean, right place, right time when it came to that.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I will say, me personally, I'm going in with subpar expectations. Like I said, I think just the trip overall is going to be fantastic, but I'm not going in. I mean, it's a resort and they have swimming pools and all of this stuff, and I've looked at the YouTube video and everything, but I'm still going in with the expectation like it's probably going to be subpar at best. So if it's like the guy that I talked to today, I mean, I really thought I was talking to a salesman. He was hyping up Kuche Safari so much. I texted the guys that here just a little bit ago. So I don't know. We'll see.
Are you guys open to more trips internationally after this trip, or you going to see how this one goes first?
That's probably going to be a to be determined.
That's
Yeah,
not
see how this one
true.
goes first.
No, they're both lying. So we've talked
I mean,
for the
that's a
last
big
couple
trip.
of years about
Outside of
doing
Argentina.
the Argentina dove hunt.
Oh
Okay.
yeah.
Which if I would have known now what I knew then, right? That Argentina trip went for like $1,500 at that same benefit that I was at that day.
Okay.
And here recently, I've been seeing them go for between 4,000 and 5,000 at the other auctions I've been to. So that would have been another one to score at that time. I mean, you split it 4 ways, you're looking at $500 a pop. So,
Yep.
but no, I definitely want to do the Argentina hunt for sure, and I know they do too. I don't know why they said that.
Jason and I were talking to a buddy the other day about an Argentina trip, and we were like, okay, we're in for $4,000, $1,000 a person, but that particular trip went for like $8,800, and at that point, it wasn't just wasn't worth it to me. So, the other place I really wanted to look into, if you guys look up on Facebook, Wide Open Outfitters, that's in Mexico. It's a couple hours south of Brownsville. Easy trip. We can fly into Brownsville and go across. They'll pick us up. I want you guys to look those guys up. It's something I definitely want to look into, is a dove hunt / duck hunt in Mexico.
Yeah, that would be awesome. And the ones for the Argentina too, like I said, make sure y'all are on the email list for the online auctions.
Okay.
They've got the dual, it's duck and dove hunt for Argentina as well. And on the online auctions though, I've seen those going for about 2,500 still.
Okay.
Yeah, so definitely keep your eyes on that.
What else you got, Jace?
I think I fucked with McCade enough tonight. So
What else is new?
nothing. Wouldn't be any other way. Something would be wrong with me if I didn't.
Yep.
I think we covered everything. I mean, I think the good one's gonna be the aftermath of the trip.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and I really hope for you guys' sake that y'all don't come back like, fuck it, suck, fuck that. We have nothing good to say. We're done. I hope y'all have a fucking stellar hunt and have stories, and then I hope we do the recap and it's 2.5 hours of stories of mine was this, and I really anticipate at least 1 or 2 of the good stories, a good drawn out. You chase something, you ended up shooting it 4 times and stalking it. And
I mean, Clayton shoot with his 6.5.
Yeah.
Hey, that deer made it about 30 yards. I just had no idea where it was.
I'm looking forward to that. I hope y'all have a great hunt, and I like really looking forward to these stories when y'all get back.
What is the what's the rest of hunting season look like for you guys? Where are you guys hunting? What are you doing? I know you guys got off some leases. I know Tyler's got a kind of locked in lease out by me. Um, and Clayton's got a new lease out in West Texas. What's that look like? Clayton, why don't you take the helm on that and let us hear it?
Yeah, so I'll be so opening weekend I got that goose hunt with y'all. So that'll cover the opening weekend of deer. After that, I've only got one other duck hunt on the books. It'll just be deer for the rest of the year, pretty much for me. Until we hit January, we're doing that duck and pheasant up in North Texas.
Are you hunting these deer in your backyard, or where's
No,
this
sir.
taking
Yeah,
you?
so I got a
Super secret location.
super secret.
On the clan.
No, I got on the deer lease out around Comstock area, pretty much right on the Texas-Mexico border. Ended up getting 500 acres to myself. And the entire property that we're hunting is 3,500 acres. It's not high fence, so I mean you don't have extremely stellar deer out there, but the hunting pressure is 0 to none. So it's pretty good place to be. There's 0 cell phone service out there. No light pollution. We've got running water, but there's no shower. We do have electric, but it's just beautiful country out there, man. So we spend a lot of time out there. Then of course I've got my property out around College Station area. I'll probably go and hunt out there 2 or 3 times. Just because I keep the feeders full year round. But I'll be dedicating most of my deer time to out in West Texas.
Nice. McCade, what's hunting season look like for you?
It'd be shitty. I mean, I went from hunting every weekend last year.
Here, I'm gonna bum a hunt there. I'm gonna bum a hunt.
That's the plan. I mean, the duck lease we were on last year and the last 2 years actually seemed super promising, but just piss poorly managed. I mean, you saw what happened to Brendan this year and all that shit, and I was kind of blessed that we got off of it, but hopefully this year pick up a few hunts here and there, and I've got the hunting on the book with y'all, opening goose, and then January we're doing that duck and pheasant. Probably try to take my dad out deer hunting national forest this year a couple times just to get him out while he can still go out. And outside of that, a whole lot of hay misters.
A whole lot of hay misters.
A whole lot of hay Mr. Jason, Mr. Ryan.
Get them
Where
knee
y'all
pads
going this
on,
weekend?
bitch.
You what?
Get them knee pads on.
Tyler, what are you getting into?
So for this season, we've got the deer lease out in Llano. This is our 4th year now, so the deer are shaking out pretty good for this season. I've already got several picked out. So unfortunately, we can't bow hunt, or else I'd probably be done. But hopefully, they stick around when the rut kicks off in November. So we'll do that. But outside of that, I've got a Kentucky hunt. A coworker of mine has a lease up there, so we're going up to Kentucky to do a duck hunt. And then I think December 6th, heading up to Lubbock to do the same training, the Bob White quail hunt. So
Okay.
outside after that, it'll just be out in Llano.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, Jason and I are fixing to get down and dirty. Was it not this weekend, but next weekend? Next weekend, it's Phil Feeders, and then the following weekend, it's something else. Right? Yeah, opening of youth weekend.
No, 2 weeks after that.
2 weeks after that.
Casey's. You're gonna go fucking put another bullet through an audad's leg.
Yep, that's right. I'm gonna go shoot an
For
audad.
McCade's birthday.
I'm gonna go shoot an audad for McCade's birthday. I'm gonna shoot
Where are
McCade.
you guys set up at?
We are in Gold Bust, Texas, which is about 45 minutes north of Brady.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, just south of Coleman.
So we've got some new challenges this year. We had a 40-acre conservation lake on the property, which evidently with the rain we've had this spring, this summer, and going into this fall, that lake is now sitting pool at about 90 to 100 acres. So it's going to change our hunting up quite a bit.
Yeah, like
and
blind on float pods now.
we're kind of looking forward to it, but it's going to bring its own challenges, and we'll have to figure that out. So
Tito better be ready.
Tito will be
Mhm.
ready. That dog's going to hunt. So that, and then we have opening weekend for youth right after that. And then we all go hunting at Stanfield out in West Texas. And then we're taking a weekend off and then getting back after it for my birthday around November 13th.
So McKay, I don't know if it'll make you feel better, but I lost all the property at the Red River, all 3.
Did you really?
Found out last week.
Yeah, tell them that story about the hay and all that shit.
There goes
I,
my duck season.
I don't want to dive into that on here right now.
Okay, story for a different day.
Yeah, story for we'll give some time because I'm gonna give hope that maybe
Something happens.
something happens and they call and we can still get at least
Okay.
1 or 2 of them. But yeah, for now they're gone. There was not some good interactions that were business related. So we'll just say some hay pastures got pulled that were being leased to the people we leased that from. So there was a lot of, oh, you want to play business? Okay, we'll play business. Get your shit off my place type stuff. So yeah, we still have, I don't, the place we call the secret hole, we still have it, but it's not something I can hunt every weekend like I was doing. So
Right.
once every couple of weeks, probably. But
Right.
Still be on Gold Busk a lot more.
yeah, and don't think I'm not still looking. I'll hopefully find something else up here. So
Yeah, and Jason and I both have a good opportunity coming in January, and we'll see if it plays out or not. But
Yeah.
we've got a good opportunity to take a lot of other guys hunting at some other properties close in that area. So we'll see if it plays out. But if it does, it'll be great.
yeah, it's going to look a little different this year. I got some opportunities too with the first part of season with some stuff on the boat with some guys. Some free trips, maybe leading into some other stuff with the boat and taking people fishing. So we may give that a whirl a couple times too. So maybe a little preoccupied on the boat a few weekends throughout the year too, but we'll see. That all depends on, if there's birds somewhere and I have access, then I'm not going to fucking go fishing and miss shooting at birds. So
Yeah.
I got the rest of the year to fish and I catch fish every fucking weekend. So I can stand to miss a few.
Yep.
It seems like everybody's hunting season is going to look a little different this year.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
well-
is.
Yeah, I'm honestly I'm not feeling bad about it. Dude, we've hit it hard the last couple of years being on that duck lease and doing the deer lease.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's been heavy. So
See?
little downtime this year, regroup and get back after it when we miss it next year.
You guys are getting older.
I'm not looking forward to that downtime. I want to burn every bit of fucking PTO I have. I want to burn every weekend. I want that 8-year-old to miss fucking every other Friday of school. And I mean, dude, I had an 8-year-old that hunted 47 days last season.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Yeah.
And
I think I hunted every weekend from September to February.
yeah. So, and I've already slacked off some with September with the dove hunting and stuff just due to his baseball. So yeah, I'm a little sad because I'm ready to go balls to the wall now. And
Yeah, it's almost time. Almost time. Guys, is there anything else you want to add about your Africa trip before we get off here tonight?
No, I'm
No,
looking
sir.
forward to the return.
Excellent.
Just getting there and getting back.
Yep.
all right,
Well, you-
take lots of pictures.
Yeah, take lots of pictures. You guys have a good, safe trip. Rest easy in your pod on the airplane, Tyler. McKay and Clayton, when y'all share a seat, just rotate who's on top and who's on bottom.
Why?
Other than that, you guys have a good trip. I mean, 4 y'all going, it'll be great.
It should be a good time.
Kill or no kill. You guys, 4 friends going together, it'll be an awesome time. So
Yes.
just embrace those memories. Glad you guys are taking those trips. and enjoy the time you have together.
I appreciate it.
Enjoy it, guys.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
All
Later,
right, guys,
fellas.
take it easy.
All right, guys. See y'all later.
Bye.